Hello. I haven't made a video in a while. I just was thinking to myself, I'm like, I haven't made a video. So, uh, just sitting there at my TV watching a movie and got off work a couple hours ago. So I figured I'd show off something else I got for recording. Uh, it's nothing too big. I figured I'd get it. It's this little thing right here. It's a pop filter. I figured, it's a simple thing. It wasn't that expensive. It was like 20 bucks to get, and it clips onto the base of my microphone pretty well. Well, I got it. I looked especially for a pop filter that it said it fits this one specifically, but it can pretty much fit most mics, I'm guessing. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, so I figured I would make. I was tossing around video ideas in my head, and I just figured I would, I guess, show you my pop filter, and then maybe if you don't know how it works, I'll tell you a little bit of how pop filters work, or at least the basics of it. I don't. I just looked this up real quick. I don't really know too much about pop filters for the most part. So I'm online right now, and pop filter or pop shield, didn't know they were called that, noise protection filter for microphones, and it can eliminate or reduce popping sounds caused by the mechanical impact of fast moving air on a microphone. And additionally, it can protect against accumulation of saliva on microphones, because saliva is also, for people who don't know, it doesn't just moisten your mouth. It's also a digestive enzyme in your mouth. It has digestive enzymes. So it is acidic. Uh, so it can break down stuff eventually once it's been on there for a while. And, depending on the mic you get, you actually already have sort of a built in pop filter. Like, I believe this one I have right now, Blue Yeti, um, it already has a built-on pop filter, but sometimes you just want to make sure double protection for your recording uh, devices. So I figured I'd get another one. What's the harm, right? So it's basically supposed to uh, cut down on the the real oomph that the p sounds, the p sounds that come out and sometimes distort the sound when they get up to the microphone. So uh, basically, when your microphone, it's set to record up to a certain amount of hertz, and when it goes over that, um, you'll know. You'll start hearing cracking. You'll start hearing, just uh, it sounds like it's sort of like tearing of the sound. It's just bad. It doesn't work that well, and it's especially bad when you start singing into the microphone. So that's why usually you want at least a decent microphone before you start doing any singing, and even then you want to turn your settings down. Like, I have my volume turned down about halfway on my microphone right now, so it's at a decent volume, good enough for you to hear me, and I have my gain basically all the way down. I think it's a little bit high. Nah, it'll be good for right now. I think I have a little bit up, but yeah, it said your mic is set up to record up to a certain amount of hertz, um, megahertz, I believe it is. Um, so once it goes over that, uh, it the sound just craps out. Basically, it doesn't work, and the P sounds and uh, the S sounds, anything like that, they um, they can go over and just cause. tears in the sound. So basically, this mesh that is over the microphone, well, not in front of it, you know what I mean. It basically, the sound goes through it, and it basically takes the sound waves and reduces them so that it won't distort the mic. And when it does that, it just makes for better recording audio. It won't help too much. Pop filters are exactly what they basically state. They're pop filters. They're more for the the aggressive P sounds that you make with certain words. It's not going to be too effective in de-essing. So basically the S sounds, the ch, j, the very high-pitched S sounds you get from just those few simple parts of human speech. It won't help too much with that. What this says is you'll still need to basically sort of edit those down, those big steps in the S's and all that. You'll still have to probably edit that down. But basically, it works like a kitchen sieve or strainer. Basically, it takes the big clumpy sounds from the P's, and it just takes them out or reduces them, and just gives you the fluid sound that you want for your recording. So it's nice. It's funny. I'm looking on Wikipedia. I just go to Wikipedia mostly for just general information. It's pretty good for general information about things. And one of the things is the construction, which is what I was just telling you about the basic design of most of these pop filters. Semi-transparent material such as woven nylon stretched over a circular frame. But they have a part for an improvised pop shield. You need to go look this up on this site because it's funny. It says an improvised pop shield, functionally identical to the professional units, can be made with material from tights or stockings stretched over a kitchen sieve. So basically, if you take a mesh, that sort of strainer that I said that I talked about, or embroidery hoop, or a loop of wire, such as a bent coat hanger, it is important that the pop shield not be attached directly to the microphone, because obviously if you have a pop shield that's supposed to protect your microphones from those aggressive sounds, and you have it attached to directly to the microphone, it's not going to protect it from anything. It's just going to pick up those noises, and the vibrations are going to go straight through the pop filter and directly into your microphone. So it's not going to protect it from anything. You're just going to needlessly wrap your microphone in an improvised, useless pop shield. But I thought it was funny that, enough people have thought about an improvised pop shield for them to put it on there. But I guess, not everyone wants to drop $20 or $7 or $8 on just a little fluffy pop filter for their microphone. Yeah, my bad. Not sure if I've said it yet, but mine was 20. Because I looked for a specific mount, and this is a heavy duty pop filter right here. As far as everything else on it goes, it's just regular nylon cover with some, looks like basically everything else is metal. Everything else is just like the little wire. It took me forever to figure out how to move the wire right on it, because it's just so. It was so tough to move because it's all metal. It was funny when I got it. I looked at it. I was like, whoa, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. But it's cool. It's very cool. So, pop filter. What else What else can I talk about? I guess just real quick, I can talk about how my work has been going. My work has not been going as stellar as I would like it to. I finally figured out what in the heck's going on. I mean, to a certain extent, I don't know what happened. So I'll just give you the summation of the situation that I find myself in that has royally upset me, but I can't do anything about it at this point because the way I was going to get out of it before is no longer available. So I work a couple days a week closing for Buffalo Wild Wings right now. And I was hoping to get one of those days not closing. So basically, I went up to one of my coworkers who closes some days, and I was like, yeah, hey, I was wondering if you wanted to take over closing for this day so that you could get more hours and then I could get off early, because I don't want to work closing on this day anymore. And he comes up to me and he goes, oh yeah, sure, that sounds fine with me. He goes, you go ahead and tell the manager I'll take it over. I go, sweet, awesome, it's amazing. And he was on this crazy schedule where me and him were both trained on grill, but he was put on the fryers and I was put on the grill, but somehow we got switched up and he didn't want to work fryers and I got put on fryers and he got put on grill, and both of us were just upset because neither of us were trained on either of these. It may sound stupid and petty and lazy to a whole bunch of people, but it's not what I was trained for, so I didn't expect to be working it. So basically what had happened was we got the schedule changed. We told the managers. It took me about a month because the first week was basically just figuring out what was going on, why we were getting put on those positions. 2 was talking to the managers about maybe changing it. 3rd week was changing it. And then the 4th week was supposed to be the week that I went in with the change schedule. So I go in, and the guy who was supposed to be closing was already there. Now, it worried me, but I got in at 6:30, and I figured, hey, it's maybe he got here at the same time. It didn't seem like it. It seemed like he'd been working for a little bit, but maybe he was just having a bad day. Maybe he just, maybe he was just tired. He was doing something else. So I was working for about 30 minutes, and all of a sudden I go up to him and I was getting a whole bunch of stuff done, and he was like, "Man, you're getting some of the closing duties out of the way, aren't you?" I go, "Yeah, I was just trying to make sure I didn't leave you with a whole bunch of stuff left over." He goes, "What do you mean?" And in my mind, as soon as he said that, I was like, "No, this can't. You're not going to tell me that you came in earlier and that that they want me to close." I'm not sure if I've told any of you on here, my biggest pet peeve ever is when I think something's going to happen because it's happened a lot and it happens. Like, something that would upset me or annoy me, I'll think it'll happen, and then it'll just infuriate me to no end when it happens. Because I'll see it coming, and I'll just be like, you cannot be serious. And then when it happens, I'll just... Oh my. So he tells me, he's like, yeah, I'm not supposed to close. And I go, well, I'm not supposed to close. Because the schedule said I was off at 12. And you were supposed to close till 2. And then he goes, no, I got called in at 5. And I go over to the schedule, and they had changed it to where he was going to be off at like... The thing about it is he was scheduled till 1:30. So he was already 30 minutes out from the closing time. So it's not hard to wrap your head around putting him on an extra 30 minutes and letting me go home. It's not. But apparently it was. Because I talked to another manager there who wasn't one of the managers I had spoken to before, and she checked the system, and they had changed it the day before. I was always told once the schedules are up, they will not be changed. And what did they do? They put the schedule up, and then they changed it the day before, did not call me, did not let me know that it had been changed. And I had already made plans previously beforehand. So they basically screwed me over and screwed over the guy who was supposed to close but thought he didn't. He thought he wasn't going to. So I'm not proud to say it, but I had to screw him over. I left at 12. He had to close. From what I heard, he was not happy. I just went into work today, talked to him, and he must have figured out what the hell went wrong, or at least understands the situation, because I explained it to him. He asked me about it. I explained it to him, and I mean, I asked him if he was still okay with switching the days, but apparently he already closes every other day, and he says it's kind of nice to get off before closing. So what am I gonna do? I can't force him to close another day, so I'll just have to close both days until I leave. I don't know. I want them to train someone else so I can get off earlier, but yeah, they haven't been training anybody on grill. Buffalo Wild Wings, it's all about shake and fryers, obviously, because it's a wing place. So, they're gonna train about 6 people on the shake station versus 1 on grill or Southwest. So, what are you gonna do? I'll try talking to him, but I mean, at this point, there's really no reason to talk to him about it, because I'm not gonna force the guy to change shifts, and he's probably not gonna work the one I want him to anyway. Man, that turned that turned real down. I really, it went down from there, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Oh well, I just wanted to give y'all an update on what's been going on, what I've been getting, what I've been doing, and I think that's about it. I'm going to try to upload a little bit more often, just to try to get this thing going. Originally, my brother wanted to start doing this, but as I've started to do it and I've started to put more videos out there, I think it would be pretty cool to do it myself. So, uh, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.